I know. Hey Daisies, and welcome back to our channel. So today we are going to be interviewing a special someone, Miss Whitleigh.
Thanks for having me, ladies.
Yeah. So do you want to tell the viewers a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I own Mint Hill Dance Center. I used to be a Carolina Panthers cheerleader. I have a dog named Blue. Anything else? I'm just cool.
Yeah, that's it. So Miss Whitleigh is Hayden's dance teacher. And Hayden, how long have you been taking dance with her?
3 years, I think. I think so. Yeah.
And so we wanted to do this interview series where we interview a bunch of different cool people, and our first guest is Miss Whitleigh.
I don't know if the thumbs up is cool, but we'll go with it.
It's okay. If you could give your 12-year-old self any advice, what would it be?
What grade is 12-year-olds? Seventh. Ooh. Ooh. I had a crazy 7th grade. It was crazy. I would say to make sure you don't let everyone else's opinions about you form what you think about yourself.
See, this is why we had her on.
I had a really rough 7th grade, like life-altering 7th grade. So I think that's, as a broad statement about being a 12-year-old, I think that if someone would have told me that and to have a thick skin and not listen to everyone else and only worry about myself, I think I would have been a lot better during that year.
So Miss Whitleigh is an entrepreneur. So the next question is, what advice would you give someone trying to start their own business?
Make sure you're disciplined and you're ready to work hard and work longer hours than anyone else. It's not going to be easy, and it will never get easier. It only gets harder, and you only get better.
That's good. Okay. What was working as a cheerleader like?
Also super hard. It wasn't as time consuming as a lot of people think it is, but the workouts were really hard. You have to eat well all the time because you're working out and you're dancing a lot. So your body has to have the proper nutrition to make sure that you are dancing at optimal performance level, but also really fun to have a bunch of hair and makeup people always making you look pretty. I don't have that these days. It would be nice. But it was a lot of fun also being a ambassador to the team, because that's what we were. So we got to meet a lot of really cool people around Charlotte and the North Carolina and South Carolina area.
Cool. Who inspired you to become a dancer?
So when I was little, my grandmother, my mom's mom, would put on really old movies. So think of Fred Astaire. I'm not sure if any of y'all even know what I'm talking about, but 1920s, 30s, 40s movies. But my favorite movie that I wanted to watch all the time was Singing in the Rain. And love you guys. And the main character's name was Gene Kelly, and I thought I was gonna marry him, so that's why I got to dance, because yeah. And then my grandmother would always play Great Balls of Fire, which is an old song too, and I would dance around her porch. And so my parents were like, we have to put her in dance. So those are my two, Gene Kelly and that song, were the whole reason I got to dance, because those are my favorite.
What's your favorite part about teaching kids?
The giggles. I mean, pretty much.
So you were kind of a celebrity for a little while you did cheerleading. Who is your favorite celebrity?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really follow celebrities that much because that's really tough. Oh, actually, I have a favorite celebrity. I don't think of her as a celebrity though.
Who?
Sadie Robertson.
No idea.
Have you ever heard of Duck Dynasty, the TV show?
Mm-hmm.
One of their daughters' names is Sadie Robertson, and now she's married. I forget what her last name is. But she has a really cool podcast and like really awesome books, and it's probably good for anybody that's 12, 13 to read them actually. They're really cool about like fighting any type of social anxiety and like things like that. It's really cool. But she has an awesome podcast, and it's centered around sort of like Christian beliefs and like just being good people, and it's talking about what's your best advice. So she has a lot of really smart people on there giving their best advice they've ever heard in their entire life. I think she's awesome. She's really smart. Especially for like a 23-year-old. Sheesh.
What was your dream job as a kid?
To be the first woman president.
Wasn't that everybody's at one point?
I don't know. Nobody I know, but maybe you guys. Maybe that's y'all's generation. None of my friends wanted to do that, but that's what I said when I was graduating preschool. It hasn't happened yet, so
Not yet.
I'm only 3 years away from presidential status.
Oh, okay. What's your dream job now? What has it?
Oh, dream job now. If I wasn't teaching dance?
Yeah.
That's tough. Oh, no, it's not. To be a professional paddleboarder that does races all over the world. Or like surfer, but I don't know how to surf. I can paddleboard for days, but I don't know how to surf. And sharks.
Sharks. If you could live anywhere, where would it be?
I mean, I saw the answer before that, near water. If I could live absolutely anywhere, it'd be like Bali or Bora Bora or like somewhere very tropical, islandy. I mean, Hawaii. Have you been? It's amazing. Jealous of anyone who lives there.
Why did you want to become a top cat?
When I was little, as a little dancer, I was like 7 or 8, maybe even younger. My uncle had season tickets to the Panthers, and an older girl at my dance studio actually had just gotten on the team, and I thought it was really cool. So whenever we'd go to the games, I would only watch Top Cats. And one day I said, hey, I want to do that one day. And the older I got, I wanted to dance on Broadway and all sorts of things. But life took me a different path and a different interest to teach. And so I kind of was like, hey, maybe I should do that thing I said I was going to do. So then I went and tried out, and it was a really good idea.
Cool. Okay. What's your favorite part about working with kids?
Giggle. I'm just kidding. No, I think that you guys keep me young. It's sometimes not good being almost 33 and everybody thinks you're immature. But I think it keeps me young. Like, you guys
You're not
keep me.
You know how to have a good time.
I'm youthful. I pound it. I'm anybody. So if you ever see this, friends, and y'all tell me I'm immature, I know how to have a good time. But no, I think that you guys like keep me young, keep me youthful, keep me focused on simple things in life that are good. Yeah.
Is there a lot of benefits to being your own boss?
Yes and no. You make your own schedule, which is cool, but then you also have to stick to that whether you like it or not. And then you also make your own rules, but you also have a lot more rules to follow than the normal person has to as well. So it comes with a lot of benefits, but it also comes with a lot of responsibilities on the other side, and they kind of balance themselves out. So it's kind of the same thing if you're an employee for a company. You follow a lot of rules, but you also you don't have as much responsibility as an owner would. So it's that balance of where your responsibility lies, and also it's like big risk, big reward kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool, but also big responsibility.
Wait. So, why did you stop cheerleading?
I was tired.
She was tired.
I needed a nap. No, I did it for 2 years. Well, that's pretty much why. But I did it for 2 years, and the last kind of hoorah, if you will, was the Super Bowl 50. And that year, I was the only top cat that could do a lot of the daytime appearances. So running a studio and also going to like different appearances like every other day. I was super tired, and then I only slept like 4 or 5 hours in like 4 days of being at Super Bowl. So when we got back, I was jet lagged, I was exhausted, and we had auditions 3 weeks later. And I was like, I can't. So I was like, you know what? We just went to Super Bowl. I think we're good. And so it's been really fun being a fan since then, though.
Have we not gone back to the Super Bowl since then?
No, ma'am.
It's because of her. She left.
It's fine. Everybody tells you.
No. Okay.
It's all my fault.
When did you start cheerleading?
Ooh, professionally or just in general?
In general and then professionally.
Ooh, okay. So in general, I actually started cheerleading before I started dance lessons. I was 5 and I cheered for the local sports association, and I had a navy blue and white skirt, and I posed with my bangs on my belly like that. It was real cute. But no, then I did dance, and then I cheered in middle school and in high school, and I was captain of our high school team for 2 years. And then college, I did dance team because I don't tumble, but I can be a bass, so it kind of was no point for me in college. But professionally, it was 2014 through 2016 that I cheered professionally. Yeah.
I have a question. So you said you were on the bass, right? So my friend wants to start cheerleading, but she wants to be a flyer. Are the flyers always like the lightest or like the smallest girls?
Not always. I think it also depends on the team that you also have. A lot of people have different size. Well, obviously we're all unique in our own bodies. We're all different sizes. So that's why we are here, because we're human and God made us so awesome like that. So each team is going to be comprised of different body shapes anyways. It just depends on how many people are on your team. I wanted to fly, but I have these guns and they can lift people a lot better than I could fly. And I could have flown, but I was definitely better as a base. And so sometimes, depending on what you want, isn't necessarily what the team needs.
Yeah.
And is there there's no I in team. I know there's a me, but there's no I. So like, think about it. No,
you really
team
think about
first,
it.
team first.
Okay.
Yeah, if you really think about it.
Yeah. Okay. What's your favorite performance you've ever done?
Oh, like my whole life. Oh. Ooh. Ooh, that's tough. Ooh, that's tough. Ooh, that's tough. Oh, that's hard. How about this? Can I say my most memorable?
Sure.
That, like, because I don't know if I have a favorite. The most memorable ones, one was performing a solo when I was like 17. I walked off stage and I was so proud of myself. I didn't care what score I got. And I was like, we can go home. I don't need a trophy. I did so good today. And that was the coolest feeling ever. Just to be like, that was so much fun. I don't care. Like, it was a lot of fun. And then the other, I would have to say, there's two. Pre-game performance at the Arizona Cardinals, like the NFC South Championship, or the NFC Championship game. That was the most fun I've ever had on a field, and remember every single thing right here, what it looked like. It was the coolest thing. The ground was shaking in Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Wild. 73,000 people jumping up and down. It was crazy. And then the other one would be Super Bowl performance and being on the sidelines. I remember I'm the first picture of the Sports Illustrated cheerleaders album for that game. And I remember I was actually in the back line of the entire group. And I remember being like, man, I'm not going to get a picture today because I'm in the back. And I was like, you know what? Let's just have a good time. And then I'm the first picture of that album because I was having such a good time. But I remember that too. Like, I remember what the stands looked like in that moment and everything. So those are super memorable moments that, like, are kind of just stuck in there.
Yeah.
Where you can't ever really describe it to anybody, you know?
Yeah. Do you get nervous before you perform?
Heck yeah.
And auditions, what advice would you give someone trying to audition, like how to not to get nervous? Less nervous.
Less nervous. There's a couple different ways. There's a couple different things that I would suggest. Because I know it works different for everybody. I'm a little religious, so sometimes I say a little prayer. I'm like, hey God, just make sure I'm safe, I don't get injured, everybody around me is okay, and I have a really good time. Amen. And then, a couple other things. I call him Homie G too. And then sometimes I do this thing where I shake my hands out and I shake my feet out and I count them down. So the shakedown. And then also just like taking a really deep breath and remembering that like you're in that moment for a reason and just to do the best you can. And also if you're auditioning, don't look at anybody else. It's your time to shine. They had their time, you have your time, and you will be just fine. You'll be great. Wow. Was that just so amazing?
That was amazing.
Are you saying? I couldn't decide if you were saying wow, that was good. I guess it wasn't. I'm just kidding.
Okay. What stretches do you usually do before like a big performance or just any performance?
Everything. The whole body. You don't want to skip out on any stretches or warm-ups because that could be something that ends up injuring you. So always fully warm up, whether you're a vocalist, always fully warm up everything that you need to do there. Whether you're in sports, those exercises and stretches that you need to perform your best, but never skip out on any type of stretches or exercises that you need to prepare to do your best.
Cool. And then last question is, do you have a favorite costume that you've ever had?
That's tough. I guess my favorite costume, I have like 3. See, I also have 3 favorite colors. That's a problem. I can never choose one. I have a costume when I was actually in the 7th and 8th grade. It was a 2-piece, but I only had like this much of my belly out. And it was red, and it was a top and pants, and it was fully beaded. Like, I mean, like little beads all the way down in lines. So it weighed like 15, 20 pounds. I had to dance in that. Yeah, tap dance in that. Like, what? And then my second one would have to be my costume for my junior and senior year of high school. It was actually a dress from like Goodwill. But my dance teacher cut it up and made it into a costume. And then the second year, we cut the sleeves off of it and made it into another costume. And then my third one is the Black Panthers uniform. Yeah, it was like a little turtleneck.
Okay, I have an additional question.
Bonus.
What is your favorite costume you've given to the kids, like for dance recitals?
Ooh. That's like 10 years of like a gazillion costumes. Then like 2013, I think, maybe a little, no, I think that might have been it. We did this dance called Birds. And they had this like sheer kind of like, they had a leotard and like a sheer material that like they tied on so it looked very flowy. And then they had these massive masks with feathers on them, and they had to dance with them. Like, have you ever seen Mardi Gras in Louisiana where they wear all those crazy, just like that? And the song was called Bird Island, and it had all these bird sounds. So they had to dance with these giant masks on with, like, they were like this big. And all the judges were like, how are they dancing with that mask on? But that was a really cool costume. That was really, I might have to bring back some masks this year.
Well,
what do you think?
I don't know.
We'll see about that. That's a good question.
If you guys did enjoy this video, you should like, subscribe, and
Turn on that post notification bell
so you never miss another video. Anyways, Daisies, see
Bye.
ya!
Do it otherwise. Ooh, almost didn't get there. Hit a little ridge.
Yay!